Welcome back to Central Valley Today. Joining us now is Greg Steen, CEO of Senior Care Advocates, and this is the perfect time of year to talk about getting your affairs in order because leaving a legacy to somebody might be the greatest gift of all. And Senior Care Advocates has resources to help people get their affairs in order. But one thing that I do want to mention that I don't know that we talk about a lot is that there's no qualification to use Senior Care Advocates resources, right? It's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
And everybody can find benefit. You don't need to be in some sort of financial situation to find benefit from your resources.
Most of our clients come to us in a crisis just because people don't want to deal with stuff until you have to.
Right.
Kind of human nature. But yeah, we can help everybody. Anybody who's over 18 needs to have some legal documents in place. God forbid if something happens. We all need to have some plans in place to make sure that if we do get into a crisis or we pass on whatever we have worked so hard for, that's pretty much for any age. Yeah.
Right. And you also help with Medi-Cal, all of these things that we'll all need to use one day. So how can you help in that area?
I think the biggest thing we do is first just dispel the myths, because it's so misunderstood. There's many different programs out there. People don't really always get the most accurate or up-to-date information. You get on the website and all of a sudden you're confused after 5 minutes. So we dispel the myths, then we listen, we educate, and we advocate. And so we kind of plug in what Medi-Cal programs or VA programs would work in your specific situation.
And then this is what I was kind of talking about when we are gifting things. A lot of times when we're in. So how much can we give, and how can you help somebody if they're trying to gift some of their assets?
So what we can do is we work with attorneys, CPAs, financial planners. We help determine what is best to give and when. A lot of times, prior to July, people had to give more to get Medi-Cal qualified so they could, maybe they're just a little bit over the limits, but things changed. But we do it legally, we do it with, in conjunction with their attorney, their CPA, their financial planner. We do it strategically so that whether it's the IRS wanting you to report a certain amount if you give over, or if it's Medi-Cal if you're trying to qualify, we work within their rules, regulations, and make sure that we do it, obviously, so that we don't cause any periods of ineligibility, excess taxation, any of that.
And we're talking whether or not you give to a 501c3, or how about if you're gifting to a family member?
Same thing, same process. Obviously charitable works are amazing. They can really save people a lot in capital gains, different things like that. So we just do an analysis. We look at everything and determine, is it appropriate? Is it suitable? And if so, these are the different ways of doing it.
I think that's really helpful because I have known friends who were gifted things by their grandparents, and then they didn't realize that they needed to pay taxes on it. Because they weren't prepared. And then the last thing I want to touch on real quickly is Medi-Cal estate recovery. What is that, and what should people know about it?
Probably the most misunderstood part of Medi-Cal is people have been told if you use Medi-Cal, like if you're in a nursing home, and you pass away 3 years later or something, that Medi-Cal is going to come get your home. They're going to put a lien on your home, take all your money. They don't want any of those, but they are entitled to be reimbursed. And so if you don't feel that that's constitutional or you want to avoid that, there are legal ways of doing it. Medi-Cal knows all of those as well. But they do have the right to be reimbursed for certain programs that they pay for while you're living. And so that's what that's about, but very misunderstood.
Right. And so you can help sort through all of that information. You're there for people in crises, but they should really call you beforehand. We have the number right there on your screen. Greg Steen, thank you so much for being here today. I feel like I've got a little leg up on people because you come into the show once a month. Thank you so much. We'll have more Central Valley Today when we come back.